Now, this new Dream SMP drama I find is pretty AIDS. See what I did? Okay, if you don't see what I did there, then you'll see what I did there in like a minute. But recently, there's been another drama regarding one of the Dream SMP members, this time it being Sapnap. Now, in my previous Dream SMP video, I made a video ruling over the allegations made against Dream, essentially accusing him of being a groomer, which these were proven false, as the people who posted it in the first place were really sketchy and were deleting stuff, and DMs got leaked in which they literally stated that they didn't know if it was real or not. But that's sort of been debunked as of recent. Now a new drama has of course come up, and this one is so much more petty you cannot even imagine. People really get mad at anything, and I don't mean to come into my anti-SJW face here, but people are way too sensitive in our new generation. Honestly, I think that term is pretty cringe, stating that, oh my god, this generation's way too soft. You know, you sound like kind of a nerd saying that, but when I cannot stress the absolute non-importancy of this situation, if that's even a word, the lack of importance to the situation in any which way is hilarious. But really, what happened? Well, as we all know, Sapnap participated in MCC, and recently a clip has been leaked in which they say the quote, "Yeah, that was AIDS." And I kid you not, people are getting mad over that, and you may think it's just something that's light, has no real meaning to it, but the community of people in the Dream SMP that happened to be in like the minority of the homosexual group were pretty mad at this because of gay pride and everything else like that is recently happening.
I wouldn't have been able to. They had like it was AIDS.
As well as it, linking up to gay history due to the fact that AIDS has been used derogatory in the past towards gay people, allegedly, at least coming from these valuable sources of information, aka these Twitter threads, which I cannot deny the fact that AIDS has had a big history in like gay pride, and as well as people being homophobic by using like AIDS as a way out to be homophobic. But then again, this has nothing to do with homophobia. But before I do get into these most recent tweets made by like these delusional Dream SMP 14-year-old Twitter losers, I'm gonna state that yes, you should subscribe. I make drama videos like these all the time where I cover drama and give my opinion on it. No, I'm not a tea channel, I'm just better. And with your help, I can be thinner. Look better. If you get that reference, hit me up. But yes, as a reason, due to the fact that Sapnap has used the term "that was AIDS," multiple Twitter users have come out in attack of Sapnap due to their derogatory language and homophobic rhetoric. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into these tweets. The amount of kids in Sapnap's replies saying "what is AIDS" is a gut punch, especially coming from blank kids. Like, I am begging you all to look into the history of pride and gay history in general, please. Well, I won't say that anything in this tweet is necessarily wrong. They're just trying to educate people on like pride and shit, and like how AIDS genuinely affected people back in gay pride's history and how it was used derogatorily. But you can't like say that Sapnap did something wrong. And honestly, Sapnap did kneel to their audience by making an apology, which honestly I'm under the impression that kneeling to your audience is fine. Personally, like, if you're trying to keep a platform of such a big variety of people, it's obvious to keep your platform, especially considering the money they make. But I simply don't think it was very it wasn't not a very integral thing to do. It just, in my opinion, probably wasn't his own opinion on the situation, as the term "oh, that's AIDS," "oh, that's cancer" has been a thing for like years now, and no one cares, because I don't think anyone should care. They're stating that he used it in a derogatory state, but like the only thing linked to it being derogatory would be like the fact that it was like Pride MCC, which would be a joke. There's like two options: either he said it because it was Pride MCC, which I can guarantee you he didn't, or second, he just says it on a normal basis and used it in his like regular vocabulary when he doesn't like something or thinks something is, well, AIDS. If he was saying it derogatorily, he'd be like, "Oh my god, you're gay, you're AIDS, you have AIDS." Like, he wouldn't say, "Oh, that was AIDS." Like, he's talking about something. How can he talk about something and then that would be taken as derogatory? He wasn't being derogatory towards a person, because he'd have to be like, or even a group of people. If he said that group of LGBTQ plus people are AIDS, maybe I could get where you're coming from a little bit, but I think it was in reference to a game, not a group of people. Now are we gonna say that, like, since I said, "oh my god, that was cancer," when I die in Valorant, then that means actually, I don't even know how to put it for that. It means I don't like people with cancer? No, of course I don't. Yes, what Sapnap said was wrong. It wasn't. Yes, it was disrespectful. It really wasn't. He addressed it extremely quickly, and I really appreciate him for doing it. No, it shouldn't be swept under the rug, but we shouldn't be bashing him. He realized his mistake and apologized straight away. IMO, I guess it shouldn't be swept under the rug as well. There's no way I just said fucking IMO instead of in my opinion, bro. But I don't think it should be swept under the rug either. I guess you could say like, oh, Sapnap, that was very poorly timed, especially considering Pride MCC, but it wasn't that bad. Maybe you shouldn't just say that at that time and just maybe save it for later. Like, because it wasn't even that bad in like retrospect of whatever's going on in the world right now. I hate using that argument because it tries to bait away from the situation at hand. But honestly, like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. He said that was AIDS, and I don't know, like, I don't know anyone with AIDS that would be like, jeez Louise, that was hurtful. Or actually even anyone that was gay with AIDS. You wanna know why? Because they don't care. I think they'd be a bit more focused on the fact that they have fucking AIDS. Sapnap used AIDS in a derogatory way during this MCC, and some of y'all are more concerned with this S Major and Shovel cheating in a non-canon charity MCC event? Really? Well, I mean, like, the S Major Shovel cheating or even whatever that situation is. If they cheated, I'm guessing the charity event is whoever wins chooses the charity, or even all the money just goes to a certain proceed of their choice. That charity could very well not be like they just get automatic picks, so I guess it wasn't fair. And I mean, considering that this shouldn't have offended anybody, especially considering that I know majority of the people coming out and calling Sapnap out of this don't have AIDS, I'd actually argue that the S Major and Shovel situation actually has more worth and value to the situation than Sapnap's. Like, Sapnap, what was the reason for saying something is AIDS during Pride MCC? How do you even let that slip? Here, finally, I can get something to side beside. Yeah, I mean, it was a really poorly timed event. Like, Sapnap should have just, like, maybe saved it for later. Maybe not said it during this time, and even if you said it again during Pride Month, no one would have cared. But during an event that was dedicated to Pride, I mean, I guess it was poorly timed, but again, it wasn't, like, detrimental or anything. But, like, the reason why he let it slip is because it's just normal vocabulary. I hate to say it, but Sapnap probably says that was AIDS on almost a weekly basis at least. If you're gonna let it slide during that big of an event, then it just has to be normal for you, because it should be normal. This shouldn't hurt anybody. That's why it should be normal. That's why Sapnap probably thinks, wow, this isn't that big of a deal. The thought process going through his mind into computing the message into his microphone was, alright, I didn't really like that event happened in this certain game. Well, I'm going to use vocabulary that has been taught through myself for years to come, probably now, because that's when it's been on the internet for years to come, and it, like, will be for years to come, and it's been on the internet for years now, of people saying, oh, that was cancer, oh, that was AIDS, oh, that was so cancer. Like, it's literally been a thing for so long. And I mean, you know, saying that, like, because, like, homophobia has been a thing for a long time, and it's not good, but this has generally no effect on anyone, and since it's been going on for so long without even the people that should be offended by it being offended, like back then I'm sure the gays were offended when homophobia was ruling over multiple different areas of the world, and even today homophobia rules over some of the different places of the world. I'm sure they're offended, but someone saying that was AIDS in Minecraft isn't that big of a deal, guys. Surely you guys can't see the difference. Please, I'm telling you, I'm not the only one seeing things here. Like, oh my god, I feel like I'm going insane. But note, ladies and gentlemen, I am not the only person who is under the impression that this drama is entirely pointless and a waste of everyone's time, and a free way for me to get views and money. No, my favorite PNG tuber, my best friend, my friend with benefit, the cat, the myth, the legend, Meowbot, agrees with me. No way the MCYT fandom is canceling Sapnap for saying that was AIDS in MCC, lol. The world has gone so depressingly soft. He used AIDS in a derogatory manner. Go outside, stop being sensitive. W Meowba question mark? Despite I think this tweet being a bit harsh, honestly, I agree with the sentiment. Again, I mean, I'm not all anti-SJW going out here saying, but genuinely this is like nothing. No one should really care about this, as it was simply non-detrimental and really meant nothing to nobody. I pray that these people can cope and learn that things really don't matter over the internet and what their favorite content creator says that may be deemed inappropriate or offensive at a certain time. It was genuinely not that big of a deal, and that's the final thing I can say on this situation. But if you did enjoy this video, I recommend you going check out the 2 ones that are above you right now on the screen, because they'll redirect you to something that I think is exactly like this one that you'll just enjoy if you did enjoy this one. So yeah, go click those. Also, you should go down and subscribe real quick, because that would just really help me out and give me a warm feeling in my tum-tum. I'd not just say tum-tum, bro. And finally, leave a like on the video and go follow my Twitter for content updates and unfiltered opinions, as well as little funny tweets that I put out there from time to time. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, Bye.